had my eyes.
What up, everybody? Let's get to it. I know this title is going to trigger a lot of people, but hey, it's all right. I think you got to throw away your feelings, open your mind, and question your beliefs. That is what we are about here. So, if God did something evil, would believers even be allowed to call it evil? All right. That's the topic for tonight. So tonight is not claiming that I know God is evil. Right? Tonight is asking how believers know God is good. That's really the trick here. And hey, what's up, Buck? And hopefully what this does, as I tie different streams together, you'll see a story that I'm trying to tell. And this story connects to the last live that I did, where we asked if we are the ones speaking for God. So on this journey as we go, however many lives this becomes, you should see that I try to tie everything together. And if you know me personally and you've had conversations with me, you will not be surprised that what I said yesterday, make sure you remember it today too, because I never say something without thinking about future conversations. So this will be fun, I think, if we can get some people to come in. I do not have anyone that told me beforehand that they wanted to come speak. So as of right now, I do not have any guests. I hope we get some people. I'm still waiting on Ruby to come back. So we'll go from there, and we'll just see how it goes. And it's all good. It's all good, man. So to start out, let me know how you guys are doing. I say guys, by the way, so it just is what it is. Let me know what's up, man. How's it going? You guys had a good work day. You guys didn't have to go to work. If you don't have to work, that's cool, I guess. I got to take my ass to work. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, let me say that. I've been trying to stop myself from being so cynical, I guess, about having to go to work. But, you know, I'm sure everybody knows how it goes. Holy crap. Just gotta, I need to fix my chat thing, I guess, because all of those things just popped in instantly. I doubt everybody typed that at the same time. So what do you say? God has to have evil in him. Okay. Patal's being fair, Patal? You're telling the truth here? What? He made evil to deal with the evil that he made. Smart plan. You need to fight fire with fire, right? The devil uses free will to be evil. We can get into that. We can get into that. John 8:14. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand for truth or stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. Wait, that sounds like I'm pretty sure that's a passage that everyone thinks is about the devil, right? But is that passage about God? I don't know. Let's talk about it. You guys know what to do? Hashtag. Why do I keep saying hashtag? Uh, exclamation point Discord. It'll give you the link to hop in here and we can start chatting. During the early stages at the beginning, if you just kind of want to just say hello and kind of, you know, just get the stream going, I don't mind that as well. But as soon as somebody wants to come have a conversation with me, you know, you will get booted, but it's all good. God is evil. Have you ever had a pinched nerve? This is an interesting question, J Monkey. J Monkey Pants? Okay. Interesting name there, bro. Have I ever pinched a nerve? I believe so. I would like to see where this is going. You've got me interested. So I hope you don't do a bad joke now because you got me peaked. My interest is peaked. So let me know the joke. God created the devil is evil. Ultimately, God is responsible for everything. I just like to see how people have to twist and turn their logic in order to make this logical, right? That's the most interesting thing to me. And if we were talking about anything else, people would just admit things. But as soon as we're talking about this very sensitive subject, logic just goes out of the window. Like everybody just forgets. So it's interesting, and I love to talk to people that can be honest about this because I love psychology and just talking about how we function is it's very interesting to me. So very cool to me, man. So like I said, we'll see if anybody wants to come chat and we'll go from there. But for now, I mean, you guys, as we wait, you can go ahead and ask questions. And I will be as honest as possible with whatever questions that you have for me. And we'll go from there and start that. So I'm thinking, I know yesterday I said the schedule will probably be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm actually thinking Monday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday, but Friday. Or sorry, no, Monday, Tuesday. Maybe Thursday, but Friday. And then that gives me time to still create my videos. Like eventually, if somehow the live streams do better, I would love to do the live streams, but you know, I don't want to do live stream every day and then just bore everybody. If it's different if I actually have people that want to come in. So my big beef is, who are we to say God can't lie, change his mind, or whatever he wants? Well, then if you're going to and Buck, you're more honest, so you probably might agree with what I'm about to say. It's just, if you are going to say that, we have to throw out the whole Bible, because that is only men speaking for God as far as we know, right? And men, but only men, right? I would think that the Bible would also be different in the way that it would have women speaking. It's supposed to be like ahead of its time, right? So it doesn't look ahead of its time. It looks like every other thing that was written back then, and everything that was thought about back then. It doesn't say anything that is so different than the times that it was written in, which makes you should question it then, right? It's not talking like it's from 2026. If the Bible was talking like it was from 2026, we would be having a totally different conversation, because we would be living in that time of where we now understand the Bible, right? Like people would have gone for centuries without understanding what the hell the Bible said. And then now we're in 2026 and it's saying like our words and stuff like that, right? That would be amazing. The fact that everything written down is what you would what you would expect from that time period. That's just nothing amazing about it, man. Like people want to give credit to the Bible for certain things, and then it's just like you give credit for stuff that's not really credit. Oh no, I wasn't saying you thought it was ahead of its time. I'm saying I was more just going off on a rant a little bit, that it should be ahead of its time. But in fact, it just sounds like it's time, right? That's something to think about for everyone that believes this. That is something to think about. Like in order to think about it fairly, you truly have to throw away your feelings. I know that's just the shit I say at the beginning and the end of my videos, but it's so true. You have to lose your feelings about this subject and just look at it for what it is, and then let's talk about it for what it is, and just be honest about what it is. That's what we have to do in order to have any kind of honest conversation. I don't know why the chat literally just does that. I got to figure out this Streamlabs OBS crap, because this literally just bursted out a bunch of crap. Christians think it's ahead of its time. It's just it is a product of its time, and that is just not even debatable, right? It is a product of its time. Like it's there's no debate that the Bible does not say anything that's ahead of its time. It is only in its time. Too many Christians believe he can't lie. I mean, there's lies in the Bible. God God says, as soon as God, and I'm not even talking about beginning of the Bible, because to me, you can kind of defend, like as an apologist, you can kind of say, well, God didn't really lie to Adam and Eve about dying when they ate of the tree of life, or sorry, tree of knowledge. But there's other verses that you can't even say anything about. God literally says that God sends lying spirits, right? It God, if you're gonna go with it, it says God sends lying spirits. Case closed. God lies. Boom. There, you can't. There's no apologetic for it, even though you want to pretend. Not you guys personally, but if you want to pretend, but I was a Bible literalist when I believed everything, and I'm still a Bible literalist. We're going to talk about the Bible and what the hell it says. That's what we're going to do, right? Yep. False prophets to test people. He did change his mind. Well, wait, are you saying, well, hold on. You're saying that as an excuse or as a apologetic? I'm confused. I don't know if changing his mind ties into the lying. And Dean, hey, good evening, good evening. Said we'll see who we can get in here to chat it up, man. My wife did get on me last night. She said, "Don't be going until a certain time period." So hey, y'all only got me for a certain time period. I'm not making my wife unhappy. So just saying, I can't be going all night. She wasn't mean about it, but she was she was saying what she needed to say. Yes, but if God is all powerful, how why would he change his mind? God is all powerful, how or why? I all powerful to me, you can change your mind and be all powerful. So I don't know if that actually ties together, but maybe the all knowing is the problem because if God is all knowing, I don't know how that would work. So God's all knowing. Could you still change your mind if you're all knowing? I don't know. That's an interesting question. Maybe I'm thinking too hard on it and it's actually an easy answer. Because you would just constantly be all knowing, right? There could be a little bit off on that. Smart man. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. The thing is, dude, it's just like if I get if I get some good conversations going, I almost can't even help myself. I love talking about this kind of excuse me, sorry. I love talking about this kind of stuff. So, Patal, back at it. I wish he would just join the live. I feel like we would have a good conversation. I know I saw one comment that I don't think you mean anymore. That you said you would never call the host because you think the host already has his mind made up. I, I do you still feel that way? Because if not, let's go ahead and get you into the let's have you be my first guest for tonight. How about that? And remember what whataboutism says, by the way, because you said humans don't care about babies either. Either is the key word there. So are you saying that God does not care about babies? Are you admitting that God doesn't care about babies? And if you are, I give you credit. I will give you credit. I don't know if this is an actual atheist platform, to be fair. This is a be honest platform. So when my wife feels for yours, she's sick of me. Uh-oh. Host a dinner. But anyways, yeah, Patel, I don't know. Just jump in. God cares about babies. He cared about you. I don't know, man. There's tons of people that did not make it to adulthood, and why am I special? Like I didn't do anything to earn to make it to adulthood, and there's tons of millions of babies that die. I did not do anything. I didn't earn adulthood. So it's why did God make me, or why did God pick me to make it to adulthood? That's like a I don't know, that's a weirder comment. And God does not care about babies because God is delightful as you smash the babies' heads against the rocks or some crap like that. Only God knows what. Patal, I feel like you're just like a running board of biblical sayings. Sayings, sorry. Like you don't necessarily say your opinion. I feel like you just say stuff. Nobody likes having an abortion. Or if they do, I don't know. I haven't heard of that. God enjoys killing. God enjoys doing these things. God enjoys watching these things happen. Like people aren't just going out there having abortions and happy about it. I don't understand what your point is. Dino says, and he stones women as a woman. I find that oh, I can't talk right now. Oh, good. I'm not even gonna try to read it again. I got you though. I got you. But I don't know, Patal. That's a lament sung by the priesthood of the time, not God. Patal, I'm gonna get you in here one day. We're gonna talk one day. I'm going to hype you up enough to come in here and have a chat with me. I'm a nice, cool person. I'm not gonna I don't know. I don't think there's a reason not to come talk to me, to be fair. I don't know. I've always liked talking to people, which is why I'm never really disrespectful to anyone unless even if you're disrespectful to me. I've been getting some like racist comments now. And even those people, I don't spit any stupid shit back. I don't know. So that's just me, man. I'm going to be kinder than you are to me. That's probably what's going to happen. And I've always been that way. because I hate going to sleep knowing that I was being evil to somebody else, right? It's hard for me to sleep at night if I'm doing this. Like I do have trouble sleeping knowing that I did something. Oh, the Lamont song about the babies about dash what is it? Pleased are those that are guided. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. Verse with God bashing babies on the rocks. Sounds so horrible. All right. Sounds so bad. Okay. Oh yeah. Psalms 137:9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. NIV is happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks. Jay, that's because you're secure. Is that what that is? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I am secure for sure. Maybe too fucking secure. I am the rebel in my family 100%. And if that's what secure entails, I guess I don't know, but I definitely am that. I'm that guy. I'm the kid that was like, I can do that. You tell me I can't do it? Oh, I can fucking do that. I need to have another box maybe. And one of my friends was suggesting this, like hold on, somewhere like over here maybe, like when we're talking about scriptures, to have a box up there with scriptures, because usually over here, or sorry, over there. Wait, I can't point. Over here is like the chat, right? Hold on, let me check something. I would. The entire psalm tells the perspective and narrative of exilic period of priests. Exilic. I kind of want the chat to stay up. Let me check something real fast. Come on, guys. Let's get somebody in here. Patal, knock, knock, knock. Talking to you. Come on here. I will probably let you speak more than me, by the way, Patal. As long as you don't just come here preaching, by the way. What am I looking for? Streamlabs. Let's see here. Chat box. Let's do always show. Save settings. All right, let's see how that goes. On the bashing infants was a common practice in many pagan cultures. Many biblical stories stole many other cultures' influences. Still no excuse for it. I don't. There's a video I just did where Matt would have said, "Hey, bro, you're just an atheist," and it's something I'm thinking about because it's weird. I do not believe any of the religions that we have found, if there's a God, that's what it is. So I don't know what to say when it comes to that, because there's a part of me that's like, oh, there might be something, but we didn't get it right. Right? It's just like we didn't get it right. Like that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I can say is that any book that's saying anything about God is wrong, and it's so easily proven wrong. So I don't know what you call me. I don't know. And I'm a type of person who cares. I'm gonna be honest with you, who cares? And if you were in my last live, I think we need to get beyond this and just learn to just be honest with each other, because an atheist is almost never going to convince somebody else to be an atheist. A believer is almost never going to convince an atheist to be a believer. It just happens on its own. That's why there are some atheists that become believers and some believers that become atheists, and it almost has nothing to do with them hearing somebody say something else. You just fucking wake up one morning and you either believe some shit or you don't. So I'm the type of person that's just like, I just want our society to start focusing on important shit, which means just being honest. Like, we have to just be honest, and we have to allow believers to just be honest and be like, hey bro, you can just say you don't have proof, it's okay. And believers also have to take that responsibility and just say, you can't prove your shit, man, it's okay. like like I just want to pat you on the back. It's okay. You can't prove what you believe. It's okay, bro, or girl, or lady, or whoever. It's okay, human. And I don't know. In order to get to somebody, in order to get somebody to be honest like that, you can't shit on them, right? Like, you literally can't shit on them, because as human beings, what we do when you shit on somebody, they just double down or they run away, right? Like, they just double down or run away. Oh, Patal, why are you gonna? I'm trying to help you out here, and you're gonna come and say some shit like that. Come on, man. And I call everybody man. I don't know. I say bro and I say man. Uh, so don't take offense to that, please. Me and you are gonna be friends, Patal. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you to start saying some honest shit. You talk to me long enough. That's why you don't want to talk to me. You know I'll convince you to just be honest. And you want to just say your verses, or not even your verses. You're not even saying verses. You just want to say your stuff. But if you come talk to me enough, I'll get you. I will get you. Or you're a bot. Because you just be saying stuff, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Fatal, can you answer this for me? I know you're not gonna type, or I'm sorry, I know you're not gonna come into the Discord right now, but can you respond to my question and not just quote some weird verse or some weird interpretation of a verse? Are you serious right now? Can you answer that in the chat? Like, just like a yes or a no? Like, are you serious? Or are you just messing with me? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let you respond. I'm waiting right now. Yes, I am serious. Yay, you answered. Oh, there you go. You added your shit in there. Come on, man. All right. Whatever. At least you kind of responded. I know you're probably not a bot at this point. How about this one? Will you come speak to me, Patal? To be fair, when I say get somebody, I mean make them be honest. That's all I mean by get. So if that sounded weird, I'm glad you asked, so I can say what I mean, and that's all I mean by get is that I will get you to be honest. That's why a lot of people don't like talking to me, by the way. Think your Discord's working? Sure, man. Do you have the link? You gotta type the exclamation point Discord and it should get you the link that you need. And I'm willing to talk to you, Buck. And then maybe you'll give Patal the cojones to step into the ring. Oh, okay, okay. Well, to be fair to Patal, because I'm gonna be fair, I did say I would get her or him first. So I think they were just kind of responding to what I said. So I try to be fair, guys. I really do. If I don't have to lie, because I would not say that you never have to lie. Sometimes you better lie. If I don't have to lie, then that's what I'm gonna go for and try to be honest. But by no means would I ever tell somebody they never have to lie. You are a her. Okay. Thank you. I will. But just to be fair, Batal, I say dude a lot, and I say dude to women as well. I just want you to know that. I even say bro. To I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. So please don't take any offense. But let's get on this subject, man. Come on. Is God could be evil, right? How many can actually admit that? How many of you will admit if you're a believer? If you're not a believer, you're gonna just probably say anyway. How many of you could admit that God actually could be evil? And ain't shit we could do about it. But we also couldn't tell, right? Unless God just said it. Who can admit that for me? I'm trying to get a poll going. I think we can get polls. I want a poll. I think. Where am I at? Where am I at? Used to be able to do polls. Sorry. I'll let you guys think about it as I figure out my technical issues. And I think view channel. Go to my channel. Can I start a poll? Let's see. I didn't even like my own stream, by the way. Just want to say that. That's how horrible I am as a supporter for myself. Yeah, engage with audience. Start a poll. Here we go. It's a simple poll, but just simple. Something simple. All right. Oh, that's me. Ah. I love how it gives me a crown, by the way. We look at that. Oh, well, Patal is chill. All right, so Dean is a her as well. I also don't take offense if I say dude, please. Um, I guess I might say ma'am if you jump into a call or something. You thought it said God is love? Where did you say? Where is that? God is love. That's what we say, but the history of God in the Bible, at least, does not show love, man. That maybe the next stream will actually say something like that. What part of the Bible actually shows God love? It's kind of weird. Like, will we have to say like God resurrecting Lazarus, or God crying, or Jesus crying like a tear? A lot of the Bible does not show love at all, man, which now makes this title even better. Most of the Bible is just God doing horrific shit to people. Maybe all of the Bible. Like even the crucifixion is just horrible. And God allows it to happen, by the way, right? I don't know. Let's talk about that because that still ties into the conversation. Don't forget, if you want to come talk to me, exclamation point Discord, join the Discord, come speak to me. Don't be afraid. Step up to the plate. Let's have a conversation. Anybody. I only can talk to myself for so long. So if you have something to say, just step into the stage and let's have a conversation, and we will have a good time. So far, I hadn't had anybody that didn't come up and have a decent time just because I'm not an asshole. So step up, have a conversation, present your work, or just step up as a believer and just admit what I'm saying might be true. That's cool too. My whole goal is just to get people to admit certain things and just be honest. That's all we need in society is more honesty. Right now, we've turned into, I'm in the US, so I'm only speaking about the US, but it's probably the whole world. Right now, we've turned into a society of just like, you can just bullshit. Nobody has to tell the truth. Right. And we just got to get beyond that, guys. And we can do it, but we have to push each other to be honest. Let me know if that link doesn't work, Buck, and I'll fix it. But I need somebody to test it, so you're kind of my guinea pig. So usually it's supposed to be. Hold on, it's supposed to be a clickable link because that'd be horrible if you gotta do that. Hold on, brother. Let me see. Invites. Hold up. I mean, obviously, if you can use that link to work, just go ahead and do it. But let me fix that because I don't like that. Hold up. All right. I need a shared link. Voice. Copy. Then let me go to my Streamlabs. Let me fix my stuff because you having to copy and paste the link is just weird. All right. Oh, not Streamlabs. Let me go to Nightbot. Don't get discouraged. I'm gonna get you in here. All right. So let me fix this link. Commands. Discord. Let me fix it. Boom. I think we're fixed. All right. I'm going to do it for you. I'm not going to make you type it again. Yes. 75% yes. Yeah. Let me, all right. Let me see if this works. I'm trying to get all this set up so you guys are kind of our guinea pigs a little bit, but it's okay. Be a guinea pig and get over it. All right. Hold up. Where the hell is my chat I can type in? Bro, I'm tripping. All right, hold up. You could probably do it before me now. I'm such an idiot. I did put Patal. I did see that you said maybe at another point in time you would you might hop into the live. So I appreciate that. Hopefully you're being honest, because remember we're all about being honest here. So hopefully you're being honest. All right, there's your link. That should work, and that should get you into the backstage. And then I will move people up. I don't want more than one person on the stage. um, yeah, just don't want more than one person because I truly want to listen to people and hear what they have to say. So that's how we will do it. Oh no, you're cool. I know you're not making promise. I'm just glad you're actually responding as a normal person, Patal. Because your responses before just seemed very robotic. So I am so cool with you just literally responding to the questions at the moment. So let me know if that link works, please, by just clicking it and then jumping in and let me know. So, cool thing that I just found out is there's going to be fiber internet coming to my area. I might have some better internet coming, which I'm kind of excited about. Remember that Discord right there. Click it, or sorry, put it into your web browser or whatever, your Discord. I don't know how it works exactly, but click it. Come on in. Let's have a chat. Patal, I will ask you this. You are literally saying what God it says, and I'm sorry, what God thinks and what God feels, but you only condemn people comprehending God when it's against what you want to believe, correct? Hey, we got Buck. Let's hope this works because every time we get somebody in here, it seems to just freaking not work. So Buck is unmuted. Cool, it worked instantly. Let me put my headset on and mess up my hair now. I'm messing up my hair for Buck. How you doing? Oh, you jumped out. So let me put you back. Are you good?
Hey,
There you go. How you doing? I heard you.
hello, hello.
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for joining.
Hey, thank you, man. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Just having a good time, relaxing, trying to get Patal in here, but you're in here, so we're good. Um, so I think let me go back some of the stuff you said. You are a believer, correct? You're just a little more honest.
I am a believer.
Okay. So go ahead and let me hear about you. Let me understand.
All right, hold on a minute. Let me turn the. I think I need to do that. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you. You're good.
All right, great, great, great. All right, I was getting an echo over here.
Oh,
All
gotcha.
right, yeah. I'm a believer, although I'm certainly not one who would be uh following all the doctrines and all of that, because I do understand that there's a lot of contradiction and question to be had, and I do believe that that's a significant part of finding faith. But I do have to even admit that whatever has brought me to my understanding of a relationship with God is never going to convince anyone else. You have to have that moment yourself. And it's not my place to figure out when or how that's ever going to happen. That's all up to up to you and God whenever you guys decide to reveal each other to each other, reveal yourselves to each other.
That's interesting. So you think the other person does have a part in the revealing? Like
Um,
obviously
I
God has a part, right? But you're saying that we have a part in whether God will reveal, or absolutely.
absolutely, absolutely. I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot from Alex O'Connor. I learned a lot from my wife. I learned a lot from my boss. I learned a lot from my mom when she was around. You know, I mean, and these aren't necessarily people who are um, who are godly per se, but
Okay.
I definitely have learned a lot about understanding my own place within this because I've always had a lot of problems with a lot of doctrines because one of the ones, for instance, is how who are we to say that God can't lie? Who are we to say that God
Well,
can't change his mind? I mean, we're just people.
I mean, if we even go by the book, I think those things are already stated. Are you pretty up on your Bible, or no?
Yeah, I study it regularly and question it daily.
That's great to hear, by the way.
So
If you really are
yeah,
questioning it, I love to hear that, because it's to me,
I
how I
think that
look at it is, why not question it if it's true? It should be able to withstand all scrutiny.
yes, and I would also say that I'm not necessarily looking for Adam and Eve to be the beginning of humanity, but I am looking at these stories and seeing some things within these stories that are like, any other moral fable, if you will. I mean, not to say that, I mean, that's what they were developed around. People who lived at that time were around millions of other people who had beliefs in other gods, you know?
Right. And it's written that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's from the beginning,
I
right? Yeah.
well, totally.
Yeah.
And it doesn't in fact, I even started to, I also have to say that I do think that unfortunately um God is racist with regard to
Wow, you
the
said
God
awesome. That's
who
good.
he's working with, or the people he's working with.
Yeah.
Uh,
Isn't that crazy?
in a different context, maybe than our understanding of racism these days, but still
I,
ethnically
well,
motivated.
okay.
I
It
mean,
is more of
they were
a, it's racist. It is racist in a way. Um,
absolutely.
but I can get how somebody can say it's like nationalism.
Yes, it's and well, I wouldn't. I would say doctrine does that. I think a relationship with God is irrelevant. I think there's a lot of here's something that always has confused me, or not confused me, but fascinated me with regard to human nature is that even children who are brought up without an influence of God
Okay.
by their parents draw pictures of something like that of a god by the time they get into school, kindergarten age.
Uh,
And
where have you heard that at?
there's a understanding that they have. Maybe they hear it from their friends or whatever, but it's definitely something that is built within our human nature to find a bigger being. Maybe the fear of death is a lot of that. Um,
Okay. So if I'm thinking about a child, I could see the not understanding the bigger picture. And I'm not sure if you're trying to quote a study or if you're just saying this is what you believe. Maybe we should answer that first. Are you saying this is just
um,
something you believe or something you
I
heard?
guess I guess I'd say I've heard it and I've witnessed it within children. to some extent.
And you're in
I'll
America,
say this:
right?
I've
Or
seen a
sorry,
lot of
United States, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of children who were raised up within a Christian faith, and they have an understanding that's instilled with them from the time they were babies. And I've seen a lot of kids who have grown up without the heavy influence of it. But I don't know, maybe going to Catholic mass every Sunday makes you think about it as a kid,
Of
even if you
course,
have no
even if
concept
you
of
don't
what it means.
understand, you're hearing
Right.
words and you're seeing people behave. I always say some people hate it, but my kids are like an experiment for me. That I never have ever spoken to them about my beliefs in these kind of things because I've always wanted them to just go on their own and figure out what they want to believe. And at the moment,
Well,
I have one that was influenced how I didn't want them influenced, and they do believe. And then I have some that don't seem to believe, but it's because I haven't influenced, and it didn't make them unkinder. They're all super kind,
yeah.
and you know what I mean. So it's an interesting thing to me that it seems to be if you put this in children's lives, they will more likely believe it because I have what it'd be three that seem to not believe, and it's because I never said anything.
Well, I'll say this. This is kind of interesting. Uh, I had my issues with faith, and I didn't want to indoctrinate my children, but I did do some studying along the way of various things. But and so my kids kind of saw me doing that. My wife and I would go to church at certain times too. But we didn't really try and enforce any indoctrination down our children's throat.
If you
And
take them to
they
church, does
rebel.
it not do that though?
Mm, mm, well, if you take them to church, that's one thing. But if you take them but you have to take them and live by that out,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right?
Did you not say you took them to church? My bad.
No, no. Well, we take them, but we also gave them the chance to not go. You know.
Okay. Well, oh,
It,
sorry. Okay.
it,
So my point was,
so the interesting thing
and that's more
is
fair. I'm glad you did that. Like my mom was like that. There was a short time
right.
period where she forced us to go, but then, it very fast. By the way, like I think I was like age 10, which to me isn't obviously not that long. We had a choice, and I loved that. Like
Right.
we had a choice. Hey, you want to go or you don't? Because she didn't want to be bothered with having to convince anybody to go. She wanted to go. So it was just like, I think that's why I even doubled up on that. If I didn't grow up that way, maybe I would be different. But I doubled up on that, and where I'm like, no, I've literally never any of my kids. We've never gone to church. And
Right.
even when I believed, by the way, and I had
Right.
kids, we still never went to church. Right. So it's like
Right.
it's an interesting thing.
Well,
Right.
right. We'd go from time to time, and there were times they get drugged there. Christmas Eve or whatever. We'd do that, and they get drugged for that. But that didn't happen even too often. And as they grew up, the interesting thing is that both of them developed uh, their own understandings of faith. My daughter moved off to Alabama and is kind of uh, uh, living, I guess, reading the Tree of Life Bible
I've never heard of True Life
with
Bible.
Messianic.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a Messianic Jews translation.
Let me look it up here.
They
Tree
call
of Life
themselves
Bible.
Messianic Jews, but they're Christians, right?
That's interesting. Jews but Christians.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Tree.
They observe old Mosaic law,
Why call
at least.
themselves Jews though? I'm sorry. Wait. I don't know because I don't. That's weird to me because a Christian can be a Jew actually. So I don't know, because Jew isn't
Well,
like a
actually,
belief, right?
if you go with the race thing, you kind of have to be a Jew,
Right, right. So yeah. So
right?
a Jew can be a Christian. Okay, it's
There
weird.
were
Okay.
converts though, and what's interesting too is a few interesting things is like in Jesus's uh, lineage, Rahab and Bathsheba are in his timeline. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the scandalous women of the Old Testament, Esther.
The scandalous women. I love to hear that. It's you know, it's funny to me too. The men were never scandalous though.
No, because men, men ran the show, right? Uh, it's definitely patriarchal perspective that is established, and for some reason, for all that time, women didn't fight it as
I think
overtly.
women because I don't want to say that because it is
I mean,
when
they
you
had their
can't
way.
physically do something, it is very hard to fight things, man. And so I
Right,
think
right.
women
They
fought
were
it in the whatever way they could fight it, and we would never know what that was back then because
absolutely
they were so silenced, right? Like this was what probably one
right.
of the biggest periods in time where women were just fucking silenced. They couldn't say shit because you would get your fucking cervix cut off or some shit. The stuff was horrible.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like it
right,
was really horrible. I don't think we
right. Or
think
left out
about
on
that
the street,
enough.
or
Yeah,
left on the
yeah,
street to die a
yeah,
lowly poor life.
yeah. It
A
I don't know. It was really
starving poor
weird,
person.
and part of that is part of my when I talk about God being evil or God could be evil, because the reason I brought up this title because there was a period, and maybe I'm still in it, and I'm just on the outer edges of it, where I truly still believed in the Christian God, right?
Hmm.
And but I am so logical. I'm like, okay, well, I have if the Christian God is real, I have to make it work with this reality and the world I'm living in. So I see a lot of bad shit going on. And I see in the Bible a lot of bad shit going on. So it's like, oh, okay, those things are real. Bad shit just has always happened. And then I read verses like, oh, God's in control of everything. Nothing happens without
Hmm.
God's permission. So it's just like, oh, God can't be this just all loving being anymore.
Or even in those sorts of um, slogans, Christian slogans that they contradict each other, and they have no understanding of the actual contradiction. you know,
Yeah, for sure. But how do you tackle
I,
that? Because it's interesting to hear we might have our you so let me say it this way, I guess. I might have been really similar to you at some point, which is what I feel, because you seem to be honest about the bad things and you still believe. So what do you actually believe in?
all right. So I don't believe I believe that the human Bible is a human Bible, and that uh, maybe it was influenced by some supernatural thing, but I think that Buddha was influenced by something supernatural. I think that Muhammad was influenced by something supernatural. I think that's what happened. Something supernatural. We can't prove it. It's not something we can prove. It's something you're like you said. You wake up one morning and all of a sudden you believe.
Right.
It's like that.
Okay.
Um, and
Is that
and,
supernatural
and
though? Because I
it,
think that's the same
I
thing
think
for anything. Like one day I woke
I
up and
think
I
it
could
can
shoot a
be.
basketball, man. It was weird.
I think look, I think it can be I think it can be superficial, but I think it's
Supernatural or superficial?
genuinely. I think sometimes it's superficial. I think
Oh,
sometimes it's
okay.
somebody looking for attention or somebody looking for uh, to wield power, and that's the dangerous part about it. And I always have problems with certain churches because I don't like the doctrine that they're pushing that isn't true, that is supporting government. Because if that's one thing too, I don't think that Jesus wants us to be
Why did?
involved, at least,
Go ahead.
and at
Sorry.
least involved in the sense of look, I haven't voted since Clinton, and it's not because of any religious belief, although I did hear that to support me. But what got me was the fact that I just thought it was a rigged system
You
back
sound
then,
like me
because
so much.
it was not a it was a popularity contest. Nobody looked at the issues, and they still don't. And it's
Yeah,
only worse
I
now.
would say that it's worse now. It is literally a popularity contest, and I hate it. Um, but I don't want to go too much into politics. I do talk politics, but
Like
I do want to stick
I
to
get it, but I do.
the God evil part.
I hear you. So I mean, God created everything. I mean, I do I do have that belief and understanding. Like I said, I can't prove it. You can
So
question it all you want,
do
but
you agree that God could be evil?
I would say he'd have to be the origin of it. If he didn't, if he's not himself, he certainly allowed it, and he could have not allowed it. And if he didn't allow it, we would live in a what an
We wouldn't be
uh
talking about this, right? Like,
we wouldn't have free will, right? It wouldn't be a matter.
uh, that's a
we'd
weird
just be
one
doing
to me, man. And I'm glad you said that because I think many people would say like there has to be evil for free will. But my problem with that is what is heaven going to be like then?
and I have I don't even look that far ahead. I'm not sure that I know what's going to happen after I die. Uh,
Well,
I don't believe that there's torment. I
mm-hmm.
believe if there's nothing, you die. I believe if God's mad at you, you die. Um, but I don't believe that
So
he would.
a nihilist, I believe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, it's the end. It's the end. And I'm not in any position, because only God judges, to judge anybody in their belief or their understanding of life and how they lived life and how they did their thing, whether they worshipped Muhammad or they worshipped, I'm sorry, not Muhammad, Allah
I mean,
or
that's part
Jehovah,
of the
or
Abrahamic
even
relate. That's part of Abrahamic
if
shit.
you want to go Abrahamic,
Yeah.
or some other power, reincarnation, whatever. If you get an understanding that gives you a better way, more comfortable way, more social way to live your life, better with your a better relationship with your wife and your family, and a better relationship with your neighbors and your community at large.
So do you not
That's what I
believe or or what is your belief in getting into heaven?
in getting what?
Into heaven, like who gets into heaven?
That's not my choice. That's
No, no.
God's choice.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. God just chooses people,
Well,
or
right. I think that the moral compass that I believe may or may not be the absolute truth.
so it's not believe in Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior and that kind of
uh,
stuff to
I,
you.
I believe let me qualify it. I believe
Mm-hmm.
my spiritual system is built upon a Christian background, so that's what I'm most familiar with. Um, and so my belief definitely is built on teachings of Jesus Christ. Um, and I do think he's a very significant person within it. Whether he's, you ever see the Last Temptation of Christ? The
If
the
I have,
last
it's
scene
been a
of
long time, but I think I
it's
do know
it's
what
a
you're talking about.
long and slow drawn out movie, and it's kind of weird. But one of the big thing that gets everybody is Jesus gets pulled off of the cross by Satan before
Okay.
he dies, and goes off and lives with uh and has children with one of the Marys.
Oh,
and
it sounds like some Da Vinci Code stuff.
starts walking through the square and starts hearing some guy preaching about Jesus Christ and having died for people's sins and all this stuff. And Jesus says, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about? That was me. You're lying to these people. I was pulled off. I have children. I have all this." And the guy says, "I don't care. The people need you, because the people," and this is kind of key too, I think too, in my observations, is that the people need to believe in something. If they don't believe in something, they lose control. So whether you're Jesus Christ or you're just some guy named Jesus, I don't care. I need this story to be told.
Do you agree with that logic? Or
I do think there's a lot of people who need to be told how to believe.
why
And that's
don't
the
why don't
scary
we
part.
just educate those people on how to be
Well,
like
it's the bad
emotional
actors who do
intelligent?
the educating. It's
Sure, but let's
the
fight those
Doug
guys
Wilsons.
instead of try to just allow people, not allow, try to tell people it's okay to believe things that they can't prove. Like I have a really big problem with that, because I believe that is why we have the government we have in this current moment. Is we went through a period where it was just okay to just not, it was okay to just say, hey, I believe this, I don't have to prove it to you. Like, this government we have right now in the United States is the outcome of that. They say whatever they want, they don't have to prove shit, and they do it, right? Because they say it and they feel it, right? And we went through this period the last 10 or 15 years where it's just like, whatever you feel, that's the truth. And this government has taken it to a whole nother fucking level. They're like, oh, you guys really think that? We're gonna do it for sure. Like, they don't, like, they just say shit. And it's just like, that's the danger to me. It's just like, we should require people to prove things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's part of what the problem with voting is. The reason we have what we have is because people don't want to think about stuff like that, and they think if they have the right guy, the right situation, the right whatever it is, the right
So then,
religious
yeah.
ideology, that can influence what they need to do for their life. And if they die, so what? That's just part of it. They're going to go to heaven. Or if they fly their plane into a building, they're going to go to heaven. Whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think it's intolerance. I think there's so much involved with racism and uh, how God is orientated to a race, and oftentimes, the God.
Does that not make you believe that the God of the Bible is not true? Or is it just evil? This all sounds evil to me to allow it. Does that make sense
uh,
on why, like, I'm
yeah,
saying this?
it sure does. But let me tell you why I'm all right with God, and because I think most of the stuff is people saying God said it was okay. Um, and they
Okay,
wrote it down. God said
what?
it was okay. God said I should do this.
Oh, like
I
the
think that's
commanding
how.
people to go destroy
Right,
others.
when Joshua went and wiped out uh, Jericho and killed
Mm-hmm.
everybody there except Rahab, and he wrote down the.
You got in trouble
Um,
for that, right?
well, he didn't get in trouble for that. He killed everybody. He did what he was supposed to do, but he said it was God's command. But that
Okay.
was normal warfare at the time. It wasn't like any other god would have done the same thing, especially within that
Yeah.
region.
Yeah, 100%. Whatever God
So
any tribe would have had a reason. Yeah, I got you.
right, so, and that's just kind of how
So
the
then at the same time, I
population
feel
will.
like you're saying that you don't really believe in that God.
But I don't believe in that because I don't believe that
Well, no, I said it's very
Man's word about
specific.
everything is
You don't believe
100%.
in that God.
But I do believe in I don't believe in that God, but I believe in God. I call it the force, a greater power. I do believe there's even consciousness, you could call it. Uh, but I'm happy to call it God.
But it's not
You
the
know, I'm
Bible. It's
comfortable.
not the biblical God.
It's not necessarily that, but I did get a lot of influence from that. But I have gotten influence from um
Could it? Here's a good question
Buddha.
to see if you're honest with yourself on this. Could it be the Muslim God?
It could be.
Okay,
I
all
mean,
right, cool. That's an
I mean,
honest answer. All right.
I never thought he couldn't be for a long time, even though I was being told he couldn't be. But I was never thought he couldn't be because he was Abraham's God,
I mean,
you
it's
know, the
all
same
Abraham,
God,
right? Yeah, yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So I mean, I think there's definitely, and I think that's where it starts. It's Cain killing Abel. You know, and that's the story. Look, that's the story we need to learn about Cain killing Abel. Why do we kill each other? Because we're jealous of each other. We're angry at each other. We have issues we need to get over in order to get along with our brothers
Yeah.
and
Do
and,
you
and take
literally
care of
believe
each
that's a
other.
real story, or do you believe what you just
No,
said? And it's okay, cool. I didn't think so either.
right.
Uh,
No. But the story itself, the moral of the story,
it's true in
is
a way.
is true.
Yeah.
Right. I often say the Bible is true, but it's not factual.
Okay.
Um, I get in trouble with a lot of Christians that I say that to.
Yeah. I mean, of course, because um, this is kind of
I'm
what I
not a
spoke about when
Trinitarian.
I talked about at the beginning of the stream, where I'm just like, there's this whole thing of where it's like you have to believe all the way over here, or you have to believe all the way over here.
Oh,
And
you don't. You
that's
don't.
my confusion with this. I don't think any of the people that are saying they're on both ends are really on both ends. I think there's a mix going on. So even if you say
Absolutely.
you don't believe, there are, if you're in this kind of community, you're still questioning shit. Otherwise, you wouldn't come to these channels like this.
Right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
you know
right.
what I mean? If you just knew for sure you're 100% not a believer, you never go to channels to talk about this shit.
Right. And if you're
I don't go to channels
and if you're
talking about the
100% a
Loch Ness
believer, you don't.
monster because I don't think the Loch Ness monster is real. like, so,
Right.
like, I never go to those channels. Like, I don't at all. I don't care about them. I don't think about them because I don't think the Loch Ness monster could be real and is real. So it's an interesting thing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. If you're able to stay, it's cool. I'm only going to be like a minute, by the way. So I will be right back,
All
guys. And if you got to go,
right.
it's all good too, bro. All good.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna go because you know, like you, my wife doesn't like it when I
Oh,
do
well
this
then cool.
talking all night.
So before you leave, I appreciate you coming up and hopefully you stay in the chat and I'll chat with you.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon, man. I'll try and call back again. Have a
Thank you,
good one.
sir. Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, that was a good call. I appreciate Buck calling in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Actually, I've been wanting to talk to Buck for a while, so it's pretty good. Been here since the beginning, I believe. So I do appreciate it. Now, who else wants to step up? I mess up my hair. I hate it, guys. I'm so self-conscious about this freaking headphones and my hair. Don't make fun of me. Stop it. All right. Anyways, who is willing to come up and have a chat? Let's see how it goes. As you see, I think I'm a pretty kind and fair person, so you can come on in here and there's probably not going to be a problem unless you're an asshole, and then we'll have a different conversation. Ooh, excuse me. And then, wow, we got a lot of no's on this God can be evil. Interesting. So God cannot be evil to a lot of people. I want some of you guys that voted no to come hop into the Discord and have a conversation with me and lay out your argument to why God cannot be evil. You want to step up? Exclamation point Discord. We'll give you the link. And come on in. Lay out your arguments. I'm surprised that many people said God cannot be evil. I'm actually amazed. I mean, I guess I could have did it for you too. I was just a little bit distracted. I got you, bro. Got you. I got you. We did have another video come out today. You guys don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, click your buttons, all of those things. Helps the channel out. So go to that link there. It will put you into the stage. Make sure you are unmuted. You have your microphone all set up and ready to go. I will drop you into the stage and then we will chat. You're saying it's possible that God is evil, but the devil is enough for that. I would say that God made the devil, which now makes God just as evil because God is using the devil for evil, or God is allowing the devil to be evil. The book of Job is a beautiful book to say the story that I'm telling right now. The fact that God allowed the devil to do anything to Job shows that God is a little bit evil. I think anyone could agree with that if they're being honest. If God allows evil, then it's kind of like being that in a way, because we're taught to try to stop evil as human beings, right? Yet the most powerful being is just like, fuck it, do it. I don't know. That's a little evil. All right, so we are waiting on somebody to join. They said they would join. Looks like it's Tyler. As soon as Tyler hops in, we'll get the conversation going. Also, multiple people can line up. We're gonna only talk one at a time because I want to allow anyone that joins to be able to speak and say what they believe. So we will go from there. I would say, unless the conversations get great, we did have a good conversation the last one, so I don't want to say it's not. We're probably here for another hour. Adam the first was jealous of Adam the second. Oh, I missed this conversation about Adam. Yep. We'll see. Somebody's supposed to be joining, so we're just waiting to see. Isaiah 45:7. I form light and create darkness. I make weal and create woe. I, the Lord, do all things, or all these things. That's a great one. Even if you want to say that the Bible is the truth, says it right there. All right, guys. So we're gonna have Tyler join the stage. Tyler is here. Tyler is unmuted. Tyler is ready, I believe. Hey, welcome.
How you doing?
Good, brother. Good. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. I will let you take the stage. Give me what you got, sir.
Well, how do I start out?
However you want. We got the title right there. Where however you want to attack it, and I'll let you speak because I speak a lot, so I want to let you speak first.
All right. Well, I don't believe God's evil. Simply for the fact that, well, I do believe the Bible, right? I've always knew there was a God, but I kind of decided to go my own way pretty much my whole life until a few years ago. But I've always knew like hell existed in the back of my mind. I just never wanted to, come to terms with it. But I don't know, everything just got overwhelming one day, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't know what I'm doing here. So that's whenever I asked Jesus to basically come into my life and walk with me every day, even when I don't feel like it. And ever since that day, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, I did break down in that moment, and I don't know, bro, it's like my whole heart and mind changed, and it's pretty powerful. I'm kind of nervous right now, but
You're good, man. Do your thing. I am going to ask questions, by the way, but I'm gonna let you share your story first.
that's cool. But yeah, bro, just ever since that day, like everything I was doing from that point until that happened, like I realized that that can send me to hell. I kind of started freaking myself out until I started like actually learning, and that's how I learned about grace and mercy and all that. And it's like, bro, God don't hate us; He wants to save us. But we every time we sin, we reject God and what He did for us. And whenever
Okay.
you don't see
Let's go back a
go
second because I like what you said. You said God doesn't want to. God doesn't hate us, right? Did I say the right words there? God wants to save
basically, yeah,
us.
bro.
Okay.
Yes, that was the whole purpose of Him
Now,
coming down and dying
can
for us.
I can I like a scenario I think that most people would agree is as soon as we turn God into a human that has the capability of saving somebody that's drowning in the water, but they just sit there and watch. I think we both would agree that that person that just sat there on the shore as somebody was drowning and could have swam and saved them are bad people, right?
Yes, but God. Okay, you gotta understand, bro. God is trying to save our souls, right? Since we're born in sin, we're gonna die. Our bodies are dying either way, right?
Well,
No
whose
matter
fault is
what we
that we were
do.
born into sin?
Basically ours, bro, because we decided to go against God. You
Who
know,
did? Who did?
Adam and Eve.
All right, that wasn't me.
I know, but that was the fall of mankind.
Right, but now we go to the scenario where you would probably agree with me if the United States government started punishing you for what your great 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 grandfather did. Is that fair?
No,
So then why do we allow that with God?
because He created us.
So is it just because God's the most powerful? Because the government would say the same thing. Like this
No,
government we have right now would say, like, no, fuck that. We're the most powerful in the world, so we can do whatever we want.
well, that's the difference, though. They didn't create us.
So
So
you,
I mean, I
it's
do
like a
believe that.
authoritarianism thing still, right? You're saying that because somebody created something, they can do whatever they want?
If they okay, look, if God wants us to live a certain way, right, and we decide to go the opposite direction our whole life, you know, there's consequences for that if we don't ask for forgiveness and change our mind, right?
Only because, yeah, I agree with you if we're going by the story, but it's only because God made those rules for some reason.
Right. It's just to
But
keep us safe, bro.
say from what? God is all powerful.
Well, you gotta think. Okay.
You get what
The
I'm
more
saying
we
when I say
indulge,
that, right?
I
Because
do.
okay, so like skip to heaven for me real fast. Why didn't God just make heaven?
Well, he did to begin with. That's where Satan was like one of God's most like powerful angels, right? And then he decided to go against them and try to
Yeah,
basically take over heaven.
Satan was one of the most beautiful angels, whatever that means.
Well,
But go ahead.
basically, like he tried to overthrow God, and God wasn't having it, So
So then
he kicked him
can
out of heaven.
in heaven again, like when heaven happens, if it happens, can the
Right?
same thing happen again?
No,
So
it
then why didn't
it
God do that? That's what I'm asking you. Like why didn't God
honestly,
just
bro.
make the heaven that is the best heaven?
I mean, he did. I
But you're
think what
saying he
Satan
did it
did.
though, bro. Let's
Well,
be fair here. You're saying he didn't create it because now we have to go through this whole process and then it's going to be created.
no, heaven already exists, bro. The thing is,
Oh, is anybody
Satan.
there or no?
I believe they are, yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
But I would say, like, all right, so with Satan, right, he decided he wanted to, like, basically rule heaven, right, and kick God out of his spot. That's why he got kicked out of heaven. And I
Yeah,
also
I
learned,
do
bro,
believe that is like how the traditions outside of the Bible, by the way.
what do you mean?
I don't know if it the Bible actually says exactly what happened. Let me make sure. Keep going though.
I mean, it probably didn't tell us the whole story, but I mean, the whole story would take a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if God explained everything, bro, we wouldn't be alive long enough to understand it, you know?
But God could figure out a way to do that, right?
I mean, he left us enough to follow, you know?
Follow.
And understand.
Do you understand what my pushback is to this all powerful being having to do anything like this? Because it's all
No,
powerful. It could just like if I was all powerful, like I'm a software programmer, right? And like I'm gonna keep it simple. Like if I could make any program that I wanted, is it not my fault whatever that program does? Like say like
not
I
necessarily.
have all power over any program that I make and the program fucks up. Am I not at fault?
Well, did you give all the programs their own choices to make?
Sure,
Or
let's just say that I did, but I'm also the best ultimate programmer there is.
I feel like, bro, like, how do I explain this? Like, he basically made us with free will so that we choose him, and it's not forced. Does that make sense?
Only reason I don't like that is because if I went to my kids right now and I was like, "Love me, or I'm going to shoot you in the head," that's not a
Well,
choice.
I mean, you could tell him, if you don't listen to me, you get in trouble.
Well, no,
That's
no, no. We
punishment.
gotta try to equal the comparison here, because
Well,
God
we
doesn't just
can't, bro.
say if you don't love me, then you just go over here. God says you go over here and it's going to hurt. My kids can disobey me and have great lives. Can they not?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I'm saying, like, why would I don't want them to be punished even if they disobey me, by the way, right?
Well,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You got
no, you're fine. It all
it.
depends on what they're doing, right?
Yes, sure. If they're doing something like I think is evil, I think they should be punished.
Right.
I
Well,
think
you
that's
got
where you're going.
exactly, bro. Like,
But I'm also not all powerful. If
right.
I was all powerful and I still allowed them to do the thing evil to somebody else, I am now still bad. I should have just stopped them from doing it.
Well, that's
Like
why he
if,
gives
if
us
my son
grace and
walks
mercy.
out, if my son walks out with a like rifle in his hand and I just let him walk out of my house, I am just as bad as him.
Uh, I wouldn't say that, bro.
Why not?
Because I mean,
Like, and remember, I can stop him, by the way, because we're talking about being all powerful.
well, it all comes down to like personal choice,
Yeah, but can we focus on that point real fast? Because I am God in that moment. I can actually stop my son, and I choose to let him walk out of the door and go harm other people. Like you really have to sit with what I'm saying there for a second, because I don't think, because you sound like a nice guy, I don't think you would think that would be okay if I did that.
No, I don't.
So then why does God get to do it?
Because he created us, bro.
Okay, so then it goes back to the most powerful person can do whatever they want, right?
No, I think that's where forgiveness and everything else comes in. I believe that you can do the most horrific things, and if you truly repent, bro, you get saved.
Yes, but does this still tie into the do you think this still ties into the fact that God just allows evil?
He does in a way, but it's I would say he allows us to sin so that we understand that we need him in general. Because the farther you fall into sin, you get all confused and you start hating your life. And you're like, you know, it's just a
What's
big mess.
what's sin to you?
Just anything that goes against God.
Well, then that gets
So,
dangerous, man, because God commands some bad shit that I don't think you would do.
well, I
Like
mean,
I
that's a good
like
thing,
I
though.
don't think you would if you I don't know. It's hard. It's like if I transported you back in time to being an Israelite, I don't think you would have been okay with killing and taking young girls as your conquering prizes.
I mean, you got a point there, but
Yeah, but should there be a but? Like, shouldn't it just be I got a point?
I
Like,
mean,
what's
there's a
what's
lot
the
about.
what's the but to that?
It's a lot that we don't understand about God,
Yes,
bro.
but what could I understand if God was like, hey, Jay, it's okay for your daughter to get raped? There's nothing God could tell me that would make that okay.
Well, I don't think that's okay.
Right, but God thinks it's okay in the Bible.
Where at?
So when God tells the Israelites to go conquer a people, and then
Right.
tells them to whoever they are, if they like a woman that is a virgin or a young girl that has not slept with a man, or sorry, other way around. Women that have not slept with a man yet or young virgins, they can take them for themselves. But
Right, that
we
doesn't mean
we
rape
know
them.
what that means.
That don't mean rape them.
Yeah, but it does though, because take them for themselves. What do you think that means? Why are
I
they
don't think it
taking these?
means rape
Because they
them.
didn't take the guys. They didn't take the young boys. They killed them. So it's like, why are we only taking the women, bro?
I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest here. What's the only reason they would take women only? To marry them and have babies with them. And it's rape when they have no choice. That's what rape is. Like, if you do not give the woman a choice, that is rape.
I agree with that.
Okay, so we had a bunch of groups of Israelites going into other neighboring countries saying it's God's will, by the way. I don't really think it was God's will. I think people were just using that shit as an excuse. So I want to say that, by the way.
You talking about the Old Testament?
Sure. Yeah. That's in the Old Testament. But I don't know why you said it that way. I'm assuming you mean something by that.
No, I was just asking.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'll take it back. So it's just like, I look at that, man, and any God that commands that would have to be evil. And I won't give an excuse for that God. And I never gave, even when I oh, damn, I just hit my table. Sorry if that was loud, y'all. Even when I was a true believer, I still would never have ever said that that was okay. I would always say that is a question I have for God, because that is some horrible shit. This is as a believer when I would say this shit, by the way. And my pastors and shit hated me because I was like, no, this is, I didn't say bullshit, obviously. But I was like, this is bullshit. No, this is not cool. Why did God command people to go do these things? And I never got an answer, because there is no answer. Because if I would have went out at age whatever when I believed and gone and raped women, what would you have called me, bro?
A rapist.
And a horrible person, right?
Yeah.
So then why do these people that were commanded by God do not have that tag that you just gave me? If I was doing that. I didn't do that, obviously, guys.
I mean, I don't think. I think people take scripture and twist it, bro. I really don't think that's what that meant.
I'm listening. Keep going. Yeah, because you're going to have to explain why you don't
I
think
got a
that,
lot
by
of
the way.
questions too. I mean, I know that God is holy, bro. So I know that's not what that meant.
Okay, but you're going
God's
to have to
always
explain
right.
to me how it's not. And explain to me
I'd
how
have to reread it.
how you know it's not what it meant.
Well, I know that God wouldn't tell us to do nothing that's evil.
Okay, so let's take out the rape. Is it okay to go slaughter everybody in a town? Let's just pretend. I don't believe this, by the way. I do believe the Bible said what it said. But let's take the women and young girls for yourself, but literally go slaughter everybody and kill everyone. How is that okay?
Well, I do know that he gave them like a long, long time to like change how they're living. You know,
Yeah, but guess what? He gave the
I, I,
Israelites
I,
infinite times. They fucked up a lot, and he didn't destroy them,
well, that's something that I don't fully understand. I do know Israel is like God's chosen people,
which is
but
racist.
I know that they messed up too.
But they messed up the same ways that other places messed up, and they still were allowed to just keep going. It seems, and I just made a video on this one. It seems like the only reason that is because the stupid men were making the story, and obviously, if you're making the story, you're going to make your people survive because they were condemning
Well,
other nations for doing the same shit that they were doing. By the way, does that make sense?
well, it do.
So it's what makes you be okay with that? Because I hear it in your voice. It's just like you don't condemn it as much. Like, what is that? Why don't you condemn it? But if we talked about another culture, you would condemn it. And I really believe you would condemn it. Is
Well,
it because
I don't
God's
think.
behind it?
Um, I don't know, bro.
Okay, that's fair, man.
I got a lot of questions myself.
That's honest, man. That's cool. Sounds like you're being honest,
Hell
so
yeah,
that's why I'm asking questions.
I'm trying.
Because it sounds
Yeah,
like you're
I'm
trying to be
trying.
as honest as possible. So, and I'm all for that. I don't think I'm going to convince you
But
tonight to think like me. Go ahead. Yep.
well, I would say, bro, I need to like rush up on the Old Testament. I focus on just the New Testament. But I do know like Israel's basically Jesus' bloodline, right? That's why they're the chosen people.
Sure. And you're getting to my point on why the story has to let them survive.
Well, I
They
mean, how I
have to
feel about
survive
like Jewish
because
people,
Jesus has to be from the bloodline of David.
right?
Right.
Um,
Okay.
I
Go ahead. You were saying something or no?
don't think so.
Okay. It's cool, man. I don't know. It's just something to think about. It sounds like you are thinking about these things.
Yeah,
Do,
I'm
do,
doing my best. Bro.
do you know what makes you give the benefit of the doubt to the stories that if they weren't in the Bible, you would probably condemn? Or do you feel okay with the Quran as well?
No, I don't. I don't agree with the Quran
So what makes it different?
a lot. Well, to start off, they don't necessarily have a savior.
Okay. Jesus did say another prophet was going to come. So Muhammad took advantage of that.
Yeah, but Muhammad also said he knew Jesus. You know, basically.
And what does that do? I'm sorry if I'm
Well,
misunderstanding.
it's not the same Jesus because in the Quran
So then
don't it say like
why do you
Jesus
believe
didn't
Paul saw Jesus then? I'm assuming you do.
right?
Because
I mean, I believe that
Jesus was dead
all
at
the
that point.
apostles. Well, I believe all the
Paul
apostles
wasn't
like
an
were
apostle though.
eyewitnesses.
Yeah, but Paul wasn't an apostle. Paul is
Well,
where we get our
he was
current
around the same
Christianity
area, right?
from, right? Paul spoke
Most of
to
them,
James, Jesus's brother, and he I think he did say he consulted with some of the disciples. The
right? I
apostles,
mean,
I
those
think
are
the
the people
apostles
that
were
knew
gone.
Jesus.
Well, disciples and apostles are a little different. Let me make sure of myself. Did Paul say he met the apostles? All right. Okay. Okay, cool. So it does say Galatians 1 and 2. Key passage is Galatians 1:18 through 19. It says, then after 3 years, I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and abode with him 15 days. Okay. And then his brother James. Yeah, I knew about James. Okay. So you are saying because he actually he spoke with Peter and James, that you believe him more because of that, right?
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like, I do believe that they actually were talking and walking around with Jesus, and they were seeing him do all these things. So,
Peter and
like
James did.
eyewitness
Paul
type.
did not, right?
Right.
Okay. So could it not have been, like, I think this is believable here, that Paul just made up a story about seeing Jesus? Is that not possible? Because Jesus was dead already.
Well, did he already ascend into heaven? Was that after he
And
rose and stuff?
by then he would have and I'll make sure, but because Jesus this Paul was like really later, by the way. Did Jesus
I'm kind of just
sin?
going off the top. So,
No, you're good, man. I'm not one of those other people where it's like you can't look anything up. I'm like, no, that's stupid. I just want to know what the facts are.
yeah, I'd rather believe something, where the people actually were around Jesus than opposed to not.
Sure. Could I still think that they could have lied, by the way. Yeah, okay. So Jesus had already ascended to heaven before Paul saw him. Jesus is crucified. Jesus is said to appear to his disciples after the resurrection. Jesus ascends to heaven in Acts 1:9. Later, Paul sees Jesus in a vision, revelation on the road of Damascus. And that's going to be Acts 9, Acts 22, and Acts 26.
Yeah, that's where he got like knocked off while he was running, and then he was blinded and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's in the chat too is true, which I was about to read. Paul says he never got his information from those Peter and James. He did after the fact to go and speak to them. It's all a revelation, right? So thanks,
Right.
Karak, for putting that in there. I was about to read that. So, and this is a little bit off subject, by the way. Do you also, because I don't know if you answered this, and if you did, I apologize. God could be
Cool.
evil or God could not be evil?
I don't think God's evil.
Could. That's the key.
Nah, no.
Okay, why not?
I think we're evil. 'Cause I believe God's holy, 100%.
Well, God
We're the
made
ones that
us,
messed
so
up.
how did God make evil if God isn't evil?
I wouldn't say he made us evil. We just decided to go our own way, and that's what screwed us in the long run.
Okay, here's a cool thought process. Human beings have sex and have babies. Could their babies ever fly?
What do you mean?
Could I have a baby, or any human have a baby that could fly?
Most likely not.
Right. So how can God make a creation and it be evil if God is not evil?
Well, because he gave us free will.
Right, but I'm saying though, like, you can't make, if you are whatever you created, right? And that's why I said that, because the God does say God created us in God's image.
Right.
That would mean God would have to be evil if we're capable of being evil, just like I had you say that I, as a human being, I could never have a baby that could fly because I can't fly.
Right.
So I can't pass that on to my creation, right?
Right.
So God had to have had evil in it in order for
think
it to
God,
spawn evil.
I think God knew what evil was. Obviously,
Okay,
God knows everything.
that's cool. I will take that, by the way. God knew what evil was, which now allows Adam and Eve to have evil. I think I think we can find some common ground there. Is that cool?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So now we add in the all powerful and the all knowing. Does that not make God at fault?
Not necessarily, because we decide what we do as people.
Yes, but God knew this. You know what? It would be different if God didn't punish us for that. The problem
Well,
is
the beautiful
God
thing is
punishes
that
us for what God did. Nobody chose to be here, right?
I agree.
Okay, so then it's like it's God forcing me to be here and punishing me for how God made me. That doesn't sound like a loving God.
I mean, it's definitely a mind. It's definitely. What am I trying to say?
Take time.
It's definitely hard to understand. I have a lot of questions, so that's where faith comes in, bro. Because I know when I die, like I can go ask him anything.
How do you know that?
I just have faith.
What does faith mean to you? Like not knowing, so you just believe it and trust it? Or what is your
I mean,
definition?
I would say faith is having hope in something that we can't see. You know, I don't know. Like I've
Do you
learned a lot of
have
different religions. What's up?
when else do you use where else do you use faith? So I can understand what like your meaning of faith is.
I mean, every day I use faith. I, I mean, just with like anything, bro. Like with like how I kind of learned it. Like we have faith that like our cars are gonna work right, and drive us to where we need to go. We
uh
don't really question that
for reasons, but as soon as that check
uh,
engine light comes on, you're gonna question it, right?
to an extent. Yeah.
I think you question it a lot. I hate when that fucking check engine light comes on.
Mhm.
I lose a lot of faith when that damn check engine light comes on.
Yeah.
So
But
the reason
I
we
mean,
have faith is
I've
because we've
never.
seen something work. So it's not having evidence. So it's not really faith anymore. Faith is not having evidence.
Well, I would say, bro. Ever since I started truly believing in Jesus, bro, like my whole mentality's changed. Like I used to not really care about anybody. I was
Mm-hmm.
more like
That's fair.
I was a really bad person, bro. So
I'm not saying that
all
believing in
that.
something that you can't prove can't help you. Like
Well, I mean,
there's a placebo effect as well. It works. It doesn't make what you believe true though.
that that's true.
So I would never condemn anybody that's just like, hey man, like what you just said. I would never say anything against that. If something made you a better person, I'm all for it. I just want people to be honest because what happens is how we are right now. It's like it's so sacred to not talk about God, right? God is so sacred. You don't have to prove anything. And that can turn into other things as well. So all somebody has to do now is say, hey, this is from God. You can't question it. And it kind of ties into, I don't know if you said this or I know the last caller said it, where it was just like people used that phrase in order to use God to go do whatever the hell they wanted to do.
Yeah, that's true.
And
A lot of people do
that's the
that.
danger to me. So to me, we need to just more stick to what we can prove and go off of that. Does that mean you won't believe in God? Hell no. I'm not here trying to convince you not to believe in God. I am here just trying to ask you to say things honestly. And after that, you could still say, man, bro, I still believe in God. But it is possible
Yeah.
God's evil. if I can
I
hear,
gotta ask, do you ever?
go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you ever think about where you're going when you die?
Sure. Yeah.
So,
But
what do you
I
think
can't
happens?
control um what I believe. I can't control what I believe. Do I do I fear things sometimes? Do I think about them sometimes? Yes. But at the same time, pretty recently, within the last few years, I told myself, well, shit, you can't even lie to God anyway, man. Like if I'm going
That's
to get
true.
punished for my beliefs, it's just going to be me getting punished. So whether I say out loud I believe or not is irrelevant. And I think a lot of
Right. It's all
Christians
about how
just
you
say
live.
it. Not even how you live, it's what you
They
really
do.
believe in your heart. Like so it's just like it doesn't matter what you say out loud at all. If you're questioning your beliefs, haha, hint hint to my stuff. If you're questioning your beliefs, like you can't pretend. Like you can say out loud all you want. God, which it says in the Bible, knows your heart.
You
So
do.
I came to the fact that like, oh shit, if that's the case, I'm just gonna say what the hell I actually believe. And then hopefully this is I don't think that anymore, but this is when I started kind of doing what I'm doing right now. It's just like, well, hopefully God hears me and God shows up.
You eventually will, bro. You
I
know.
mean, yeah, you say that, like, but
You eventually will.
there's tons of people that die and God doesn't show up, right? I
Well,
would say
were they
most
trying to
human
figure it
beings
out?
in the history. Well, hold on. Most human beings in the history of all of the world's history did not know God. What happens to those people? Unless you believe the Earth is like 6,000 years old, that'd be a whole different conversation.
Well, I know it ain't. I don't believe it's like millions of years old. I don't think it'd be
It's
like still
billions.
intact.
You don't believe it's
I
billions of
mean,
years?
no, I don't. No.
All right, that's a different conversation, so I won't jump into that because it's off topic. Maybe you can. Hopefully, you feel more comfortable now to be able to call in again. But yeah, that's a different topic, so we won't go there.
I ain't gonna lie.
Um,
This the first time I use Discord, so yeah.
okay, all good, man. Like I want people to realize, and I hope you can say that I'm not an asshole. Like
Nah, you know.
I would just talk to somebody because I think we are all struggling with the shit that we have in our heads. And sometimes it's just fucking good to be able to talk to other people about it. And I
Yeah.
just require and I ask that if we're going to be sharing our internal feelings with each other, because I'm going to be honest, I just hope the other person I'm speaking to is just as honest because I'm giving a little bit of myself to whoever I'm speaking to when I'm being honest. And if they're not being honest back, I feel like they're just fucking taking from me, if that makes sense.
It do. I try to
So
be genuine, man.
you seem genuine to me. Like other than that, you're a good actor. So then I guess go be a movie star.
Yeah.
So I mean, you seem pretty
I mean,
genuine there. So
yeah. I think, bro, we all got a lot of questions, but you know, um, I just feel like, bro, like something about Jesus in the Bible is different than everything, you know. So I figure when I do die, like I can ask him anything. So as long as I know how to get to heaven, I don't really care about too much else.
is it possible that what we're told how to get to heaven is wrong?
I mean, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you're honest guy
but
then, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. You're honest. If you can
But
really if you really mean that, I know it doesn't mean you believe opposite what you believe, but if you can say that
I mean, like
we're
I
cool.
look at it like if I was wrong, I don't have a consequence. If I am wrong, I'm kind of fucked. You
Well, the
know?
problem is you still could be wrong and be fucked if Islam is true or something.
Well, they don't have a savior, do they? They kind of base it off works.
Allah is literally the savior. Muhammad is the last prophet. All that matters is Allah. And Allah has already chosen who's going to heaven, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
That don't seem fair, does it?
I mean, you can say the same thing for the Jewish God, and all like everybody's names are already written in the book of life. So it's technically the same thing. So, and here's my thing about all of this, by the way. Why would any all-powerful being need to do any of this, bro?
I have no idea. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's honest. That's cool. That's honest. Honest answer, man.
Yeah, bro.
Because I feel like when you say that, you realize that it don't make sense, right?
Well, I mean,
that might be scary to say, but like well, that's cool.
I don't understand it on me.
But it doesn't make sense to you, right? That's cool. It doesn't mean like, because there's so many things that we don't understand that make sense. Like, just because you don't understand something, it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. So I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make sense to you with your knowledge, right?
Right, but I'm also not God, so.
No, I get it. You got to put the caveat in. I get it. But my point is, like, you don't really, or sorry, it doesn't make sense to you, and that's all I'm saying.
Well, I do question why we're here, you know, but I know it's to end up in heaven, you know. I just believe this life's a test, bro.
God damn, I hear that, bro, but it's just like, why didn't God just do that at the beginning, man?
I think it's because he wants to see if we're solid, bro.
Yeah, but remember, no human existed. Like, God and the Trinity, do you believe in the Trinity? They should have been just happy. Why did they make people?
What's up? Yeah, hold on. Hey, bro, I'm probably gonna have to get up off.
You're good, man. Hey, take care of your lady, bro.
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks for jumping in, bro. I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Peace.
I don't know how to get up off here.
Just hit disconnect. There's a little phone that says disconnect.
Can you hang up on me?
I cannot hang up on you. You had to hit it. There's a little downward looking phone, and it says disconnect. Excuse me, sorry. And until then, you can just mute yourself, and then you'll figure it out. Hold on, I can move you out of here, I think, and that'll help you. My bad.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna move you to another channel. You'll still have to figure out how to disconnect. All right. So I just moved him to my other channel, so he's not being heard, just in case he's having personal conversations. Hey, I do appreciate Tyler for coming in. I do believe he was being honest, and it's just one of those things that I think a lot of people are struggling with, man. And yeah, Buck, we're all getting in trouble with our ladies. That's true, bro. That's so true. My lady's watching right now, so. And I haven't eaten dinner yet, by the way. I am here for you guys, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. And she's like worried that I haven't eaten dinner because my wife likes to take care of me. So yeah. You got out of it? That's fair. No, we don't really get mad at each other, man. So I have a as close as perfect relationship that I ever would have imagined, I think. Like, it doesn't mean we get along completely, but the relationship I have with my wife, I think, is as perfect as I could have imagined. So, God is the definition of evil. Hey, hop in the chat, or sorry, hop in the Discord. You can explain. I'm willing to talk to anybody at this moment because we are coming to an end unless I get a huge, great conversation. I've been lucky enough to a lot of the people that hop in. We've had conversations for like 2 or 3 hours, which is awesome. I can talk, man. If you can give subjects, I have an opinion on so many things. And I live for this stuff. If you know me, if you're in this channel and you know me personally, like, you know me, man. I love this stuff. I love learning about what other people think. I love questioning whatever people think. I want them to question what I think. This is, yeah, I love it. You can't answer the poll? Why not? Is it broke? Or are you literally saying you can't answer it? Or wait, I don't know what I just said. You know what I mean. I'm surprised that 64%, it's only 22 votes. I mean, we don't have a bunch of people in here, but 20 out of 22, 64% said God is not evil. You should be hopping in here and letting me know why. Exclamation point Discord, please. I don't think God can be. I mean, you just hit no then, right? That's the answer. I got 64% of you guys that said God can't be evil. That's interesting to me. I would say hop in and give me your explanation of why. Oh, wait, you're saying God doesn't even exist? So God can't be evil? Is that the trick you're giving me? Is that what you're doing there? Oh, did the poll expire? That's possible. No, it says it's still there. And it's okay if it expired. Obviously, you can just say what you feel. I'm just trying to make sure stuff is interactive. Sorry, guys. I gotta do a message real fast. It's definitely how you feel. This is 100% however you feel, which would be an internal critique. So I want you to answer how you feel. I learned early on in my journey of this that God has to be evil a little bit. My wife suggests looking at as connection versus disconnection. You mean to disconnect from the channel? Or wait, what? Oh, no, you weren't in here last. That was Tyler. Buck, I spoke to you before, Tyler. Buck. Hey, Buck, are you from the South? Just saying. I'm from the South, pretty much. I was born on the West Coast, but I pretty much grew up in the South. So, I see Buck, and I'm thinking of South United States. Oh, my wife suggested looking at connection versus disconnection with God. And we had a pretty good stream today. I'm a smaller stream, so I don't expect thousands of people to be in here or anything. So I definitely appreciate you guys coming in here, having a good time. There won't be a stream tomorrow. I say that, but I'd be wanting to stream, but I'm trying to find a good schedule. Um, so I don't believe we'll have a stream tomorrow. And then I believe we're going to be back Friday. So hopefully that'll help you guys that like to have these conversations be able to kind of plan it out and come in and have a chat. So I meant in eternal of a book versus internal critique of self. Okay. Whew, sorry. Let's hit that yawn. Yeah, I know Chula Vista. I mean, I probably said that wrong, but yep. And I lived close to San Diego for a little bit. Born Sacramento, but grew up in Texas. So Colorado. So you're never a South at all. Yeah, Tyler, all good, man. Feel free to call in. Anyone can call in here, man. Like I said, we spoke about this yesterday. My channel is going to be different than other channels that are considered atheist channels. I know my channel would be considered like an atheist type channel. It's cool, whatever. And you have other channels. I think those are needed too, but I did see a missing spot in the market for someone like me that really wants to allow other people to speak what their beliefs are. Because even if I disagree with you, by the way, I think that you need to hear yourself speak about the things you believe. That is the only way you might change your mind. You need to hear yourself. So that is very important. Hey, Troy Matthews, 9541. What's up, man? You have to hear yourself say things for any chance of you changing your mind, right? Because just hearing other people tell you you're wrong will almost never change your mind. And that's why I'm a little bit different. And it doesn't mean anything against other channels, because I literally make content with the other channels. So obviously I'm not talking shit about like the line or anything like that, but it's different. And I enjoy their content. I think there is a market for my kind of content to where I want to hear believers talk. Like, I want to hear that. And then I hope I can ask them questions that will make them think about their beliefs later. I'm hoping they go to sleep at night and think about me. I know that sounds creepy, but I do. I really do. But if you make somebody angry, they're going to think about you at night in the wrong way. I'm not trying to make anybody angry. I'm just trying to make you think. So that is my spiel at the moment. So we are looking for like one more caller, by the way. If you want to call in and have a conversation with me, Jay, feel free. Exclamation point Discord. I'm going to be right back, and I'll come back and see if anybody has joined up. But I'll be right back. It'll only be like a minute or two. I will play some music for you guys. because it's just silent. Nobody, we as human beings, we have a problem with silence. So give me a second here. See what we got for you guys. Excuse me. And here we go. I'll be right back. All right. Feel like that music was a little too hype. I just clicked on some YouTube music, by the way, because obviously you can't have good music. I do have a buddy of mine that actually records music. I don't know if he's here or not. He doesn't know my channel, but he makes music. I might ask him to make like a intro for us or something like that. That'd be fun. And Buck, that's cool if you're in a band, man. What kind of band? What kind of music? But I think we're and I'm okay with this, by the way. We had 2 good conversations. It seems like we're coming to the end. If anybody wants to chat before we end, just go ahead. Like we probably have about 5 minutes for you to make me stay for longer. So, and it's weird how it works that I can end up talking for hours, but bluegrass, okay. Question for chat. If I tell my child when you go to school, don't eat fruit. If you do, I will unalive you and and I'll possibly burn you forever. Yeah, you would be a bad parent, Charles. You would be a bad parent. Pretty easy question there. You guys don't forget to hit the like button. We have a small enough group in here that we should have as many viewers as likes, right? Just saying. That helps me. I'm a small channel, so it helps. I mean, I guess if you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. I think it still helps. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. If nobody wants to join, we will end the stream, and it's okay. I think I had a good time. And there's not going to be a stream tomorrow, but I have a video coming out tomorrow, so I appreciate you if you guys look out for that and take a look. It's one of the good conversations I had before. And then we will be back live either Thursday or Friday, but just make sure you hit the notification buttons because then you'll be able to see my schedule when I plan it. But I do want to thank the callers. But if you change your mind and still held them accountable, you'd be parent of the year. Okay. I don't know. Interesting question. So, all right, guys. I think we're going to be good. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I truly do. I do appreciate it. I thank you guys for calling in and having a good conversation. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. I'm not sure what the subject will be. I'm trying to make sure when we have callers that call in that we kind of stick to the subject because I can go off on just rants, by the way. So I'm trying to make sure I stay focused on what the subject is. So, as always, guys, I'm Jay. Don't forget, throw away your feelings, open your mind, and question your beliefs. You guys take care of each other out there. Be kind to somebody, whether they believe what you believe or not. Show kindness. So, thank you, guys.